SEO and AdWords. So approach to them. They both start in the same place that I was referring to earlier on. Understanding how you move someone from the first idea of I want to buy something through to purchase. Clearly, language is a big part of this. We find in search that the closer people get to here, the longer the search term that they use. So if you want to know if you're, what kind of shoes? Men's loafers. Oh, let's see what there is out there. Men's loafers, size 11, brown. Clearly I'm about ready to buy something. There's a lot of search at this end. There's a lot of very specific search at that end. It's always best to start there from a commercial perspective. But to understand all of these bits, understand that user journey, that's where AdWords and SEO start. Then you end up moving along. The next question I take to clients is, right, what search environment is your business in? Is it in one of these? So what have we got here? Ultrasonic, I've got some great clients. Ultrasonic food cutting machine.
Nice.
Theirs is images, first of all, and a video, which is our one, and then we're there. It's not very commercial. There's some text ads there, but most of it is not too commercial. When you compare it to my lovely topsoil search, where it's all, so that's the first question you're asking. What kind of search landscape are you even operating in for your main stuff? Let's get an idea, because then you're working out where are we going to, most businesses, the time pressure, it's time pressure rather than cost. Where are we going to spend our brain time to work out what we do? So that's the starting point, what's going on. And working out what that balance is. More and more, Google AdWords is going to be at least part of the equation, and usually the large part of the equation. If done properly, you can get it to return, you can get a good return on investment. But Google is set up to take 100 quid off everyone, and that's what it wants to do. Google doesn't want search engine optimization to exist for two reasons. One, they believe themselves that they know better than you what your business is about. They don't need you to optimize it because they think they're so great they can work it out. And two, they'd rather than you pay someone 150 quid a month to do SEO, they'd rather you paid them 150 quid in clicks. That's the way they're going. Approach to SEO. I hate it. It drives me insane. SEO is not a dark art. Anyone peddling it or talking about it as a dark art is absolutely wrong. It is definitely not a dark art. People say that because they want to charge more money for it, but it's commercial obfuscation more than anything else. It is not about doing lots of stuff on the page. Lots of clients come along and say, do all the code stuff to make it brilliant at SEO. Like, no, that's not how SEO works. I'll explain more in a second. It's not really a technical, structural discipline. It's not about keyword to content ratios. It's got an influence, but it's not about being active on social media. Remember, Google's rules are basically, if it's easy to fake, then they ignore it. So the text on the page they ignore because it's easy to operate, it's easy to change it. And it's easy to set up 200 Twitter accounts or to schedule loads of posts. So they ignore it. One I hear a lot at the moment, it's rather pernicious, is video will help your site rank better in search. It won't. No. Having a video on your page itself doesn't help. If it might contribute to other things, like retaining people on a page, yeah, but Google can't read the video and Google doesn't care. It's very easy to embed a video on a website.
It's about user experience.
It's not a signal that's going to help them. So that's what it isn't. SEO is actually, it's an art of decision making. You've just got to be really quite boring to do SEO, and I'm very proud about being really quite boring. It's about research and decision making. That's what good SEO is.
Can you just give,
I'm going to go through it. Yeah, I'm going to go through that. Okay, yeah. The majority of the success of SEO comes from off-page factors rather than all this technical stuff. I mentioned earlier on, it's about popularity and performance. Popularity because Google still makes it a big thing of how popular is your website on the web as a whole? How much reference is made to your brand and to your website across the rest of the web? And performance, I mentioned about Google knows if you search for topsoil, go to a website, then come straight back, Google knows that you've come straight back, and Google knows that that website isn't delivering on it. So it's building up a data profile of what searches do you retain people for, what searches do you not retain people for. They say that they don't take data from Google Analytics. to influence that. I don't believe them. Why would you? You know, they're giving it away Google Analytics for free. There's got to be a quid pro quo. I don't see why they don't take it. And a lot of people, you tick on your terms and conditions that you're willing to share your data with other Google products and services. So I think you're probably giving consent to do it anyway. So it's about that. There's a bit of on-page stuff. Yeah, you do have to get the right amount of the right keywords, write it the right way. And there's a bit of thing about structured data. If you want your reviews to appear on your listing, structured data is going to be important. Having a good semantic flow is important. Having a well-coded page helps a little bit, but it probably helps more because you're giving a good user experience rather than you've got a horrible table thing that doesn't actually read very well on a mobile. So that's the difference in the two.